This is a bunch of words you don't care about. Let's just be very honest. Most of you don't care about none of this.
And it's
just
so
be
important.
honest. This right here slaps historians in the face. Because, see, you and I, we live in a day of technology where if I wanted to pretend to write something from this day and age, I could get all that information. And I could write it accurately. And you might say, maybe this was written then. This is not written at that time. When I remember we mentioned that Ramsey, Sir William Ramsey, followed in the footsteps of Luke and tracked everything. Just right here, Luke lays out facts that you'd have to be in this area at this time frame to know. Because in the first century, people 1,000 miles from you couldn't name this kind of information.
Amen.
Heck, some of you can't even name who your Secretary of Defense is right now. Right? And you live in the United States of America with technology. Right? So to know this type of information where he says in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar. So there's who's in charge. Pontius Pilate's the governor of Judea. So now he's saying, so that means if the Bible is fake and any of this is wrong, you'd be able to spot it. Because today we can look back and we could say, okay, well, in this time frame, Pontius Pilate wasn't there at the same time as so-and-so. Like they're just making up names. Who's this? And he doesn't just name two people. He then names Herod being the tetrarch of Galilee, his brother Philip, the region of Lituria, and Trachonitis. Then he goes on. He is laying out factual historical evidence that is important. Again, when you and I read the Bible, we just, all right, Luke, come on. I ain't got time for that right now. But this is important. This is important information that says, no, Luke was walking around at this time. When he says in the beginning, I went and did this research, he's telling Theophilus, hey, that story we told you about, this is exactly when it happened right here. The 15th year of this person, all these people ruling. And he goes on.
Here's the best part about it.
Go ahead.
Again, for apologetic reasons, if you go and research Tiberius Caesar, you will come to find that historians document that he was the emperor from around AD 14 all the way to 37 BC, AD. So during Christ's life, we see that for those 20 years, this is when Tiberius Caesar reigned. So when we look at it from an historical perspective, just looking at Luke's gospel, no faith, I'm just reading this as a historical document. We see the places. Who's the emperor at the time? Tiberius Caesar. Who is Pilate? He is the governor of Judea. And then he goes ahead and shows you all the tetrarchs who fall just under the governor in the surrounding region. So that entire region, if you've got an issue, you can go historically and look at that entire region and see who was in charge. Now, no one is going to deny, no atheist can stand up and deny that the modern world was under Roman rule. So the biblical authors here are not saying anything other than what's really happening historically. The place is under Roman rule. And these are the Romans who are in that power, in those positions of power.